We're celebrating poets, and not just any poets. We're celebrating soul-filled poets today. They got it memorized. This is the truth being spoken from the heart, from the soul, and from the mind of people who have identified the problems. The words they use are the same words that all the rest of us use, but it's the composition. It's the way they put it together. It's the way they allow it to flow through them. These are messages from spirit, and it should affect us all.
Ain't you niggas sick of being niggas yet? I'm just saying. As niggas, we've been paying for living this white life for more than 4 lifetimes. Begging the white Christ for a lifeline, black as night with a white mindset. Setting black minds back in time to a time where we were actually bound and confined to a life of servitude. Picking cotton, chopping wood, melting iron, sewing clothes, cooking and serving food that we couldn't even taste. On that back porch we would pace as we anxiously await scraps scraped off a slave master's plate made by good old Miss Mabel. Best cook in the stable, stayed ready, willing, and able to serve her master anything he asked for or demanded. With callous feet and hands she ran, just a skinning and a grinning. Convinced that hating him for hating her is sinning, so she's sending prayers into the air, hoping her new religion gonna save her. Putting all her faith in this new book her old crooked slave master gave her, made her accept his white Christ as her Lord and personal Savior. Meanwhile, the person who enslaved her is having his heaven on earth, telling her she won't see her heaven until she's beneath dirt from whence she came. Forget the pain and the shame, and don't you blame them, for they know not what they do, but what they do so well. So you go tell it on the mountain. Black mothers could breastfeed white babies, but couldn't drink from white fountains 400 years and counting now. Ain't you niggas sick of being niggas yet?
I need to know, what do I need a pimp for? What purpose does he serve? With his hands out like he deserves. I work this curve by myself. Lay myself open by myself. Die 1,000 times in darkened alleyways and foreign cars. Snatch wallets and run by myself. I feel scared, lonely, and empty by myself. Suffer bruises, tears, and scrapes. I endure the psychological and emotional damage all by myself. So what do I need a pimp for? What purpose does he serve with his hands out like he deserves? I get lost by myself. Cry in abandoned buildings by myself. I hate myself all by myself. Get high by myself. Curl up in molded corners and wish I could die by myself. Kick and scream by myself. Smile in his face. Pretend that my body is his and that it wants to let him in. I dream of college days in simpler ways. I fake moans of pleasure by myself. While he distorts his face in grunts and groans, I peer at family pictures hanging from keychains. I degraded my daddy's name all by myself. I drink by myself. I lost my dance and my spirit all by myself. I went to distance on holidays and birthdays all by myself, in pain by myself. Wears this cloak of shame by myself, playing this game by myself. And I know it's hard out here for a pimp. And I know that you would love to whoop this trick, but I already fight myself, beat myself, tear myself down all by myself. So what do I need a pimp for? What purpose purpose does he serve with his hands out like he deserves? I got sick by myself, wept by myself, dealt with God all by myself. So thanks but no thanks. I'll assume all responsibilities for myself. I'll collect and keep all my dollars for myself. Shit, I hit my own self in the eye and make myself cry. I'll make this fade by myself, house myself, denounce myself, get mad at myself, feed a dream to my own self. What do I need a pimp for? I do this by myself. All of this is me, myself, by myself. I'm a renegade. I'm self-made. I'm self-paid. So what do I need a pimp for?
Now give it up for Bliss. She came through. Welcome back, man. I love the way you tickle them keys. Tickle them keys. Well, the man that's tickling them keys also is a poet. So, y'all put your hands together for Mr. Woody Woods. I got fascinated there for a minute. The lights and stuff.
Okay. Abraham Lincoln said 7 years ago. For me, I'm going to say 7 years ago. I wrote a musical called It's Just a Game. And I'm going to do the prologue to that musical because it's about life and how we handle it. So, through the darkness shines the light, as comes the morning from the night. And with the passing of each day, the tally man will score our play. For every move we choose to make and every breath we live to take, he records into his book where if we could but only look, we'd know why we can't see the air. Find the answer to each prayer and realize we're all the same. A team of players in a game. A family of related souls, each helping others reach their goals. A higher life, a richer prize, a rainbow's treasure, only giant size. A time of joy and happiness, of laughter, love, and constant bliss. These are the things that are in store for those of us who make a perfect score. So down the road of life we run, believing games are just for fun. But early on, we realize life can bring tears to all our eyes. However, we thank the Lord for passing time. The pain is gone, and now we're fine. Set once again to walk the road and carry living's heavy load. Now, some of us will watch the sky and see the birds go soaring by. Inside their minds, we live so high, we often teach ourselves to fly. But then there's those who search the ground. On their faces, they wear nothing but a frown. And to this earth, their minds are bound. Our journey takes us far from home, far from here, to a place to avoid of fear. We sail on wings of hopes and dreams, invincible, or so it seems. Trapped inside an endless night, where shines but very little light, we hear a song that they call the blues, the song that's sung when players lose. We sing of not of heaven's gate, for where we go, no angels wait. But still there's hope where there is light, and love will save us from the night. We walk together hand in hand, believing all the things we can, teaching others as we go the little bit hot we think we know. While sharing all our gems and pearls, we understand each other's worlds. The high ones soon descend to earth. The low ones rise
to see their worth. Inside the borders of our mind, we realize the game's design. But genius is a frightful beast, now upon the world unleashed. So some of us will lose our souls, misplace our gifts, and forget our goals. And that which we do fear the most haunts us. For this is what we host. Though we've walked but one short mile, we start to think, I'm not a child. I've walked the earth all these years and shed so many bitter tears. I've paid my dues 1,000,000 times with 50 million hard-earned dimes. I've played this game now long enough. It's time I did some other stuff. Where now is my just reward? Well, hurry up. I'm waiting, Lord. We rant, we rave of debts unpaid. But where are we upon the scale? The things we've done along the way, our lifetime is what kind of tale? We oft complain of toil and pain, but have we served our fellows well? Was our tool the golden rule, or did upon greed our focus dwell? Did I go through the world today without anything nice to say? Did I help someone find their way? Did I give any love today? Did I offer a helping hand to someone who could hardly stand? Did I smile at my fellow man? Did I offer them love? Serve, did we, humanity? Or do we still owe life a fee? Is our path set heaven bound? Or will we sizzle underground? Alas, at which point in time does one mature? Are any of us really sure? Perhaps we're children, one and all, just waiting for our parents' call so we can go back home again and win this game of life we're in. Alleluia, amen.
Good evening. Who do we have in the Poets Corner?
You have Audeo Piouz, AP, known to many, but Audeo Piouz, yeah.
Well, welcome to the Poets Corner. Glad to have you joining us. I understand you're quite a poet, or shall I say, spoken artist.
I'm me. I can't validate anything other than I speak from my heart. And what you get is what you get. I'm unapologetically black. Even today, I'm red, black, and green from the tip of my head to the soles of my feet. And I really believe in that. So I'm just here to do my job.
Now, you say poetry is your job.
Yeah.
So are you getting minimum wage with what you spend, or you get top dollar?
The payment is infinite. Everybody's not blessed with the ability to do what we do. It's a gift, and with this gift, I mean, I guess it comes a certain sense of responsibility. So with mine, what I did is I chose to be a voice for my people, and from day one, that has always been my aspiration. That's gonna always be my goal.
So you didn't start off with roses is red and violets are blue. That's never been the kind of poetry for you.
Nah, not at all. Out the gate, first poem. I pledge no allegiance to your flag, only to my God. Got these patriotisms of humanity's blood flooding my veins, spilling it all over my hands, man. And from that point on, I never looked back. I really didn't need validation because I was birthed at the Poets Corner. So that's where I got my badge. That's where I got my stripes. That's where I learned to sink or swim. So at that time, it was what I like to say, the golden era in Las Vegas when it came to poetry. The only thing that you came to the Poets Corner for was fire. And to be a part of that, to be a seed that got planted and that grew, because for me, it's almost 20 years later. And I'm still here, and to be relevant is a blessing, so, you know.
Does poetry have a gender to it? Say, could you be inspired by a female poet as well as a male poet?
Absolutely. I know female poets that spit way harder than men. Like, it's just a fact. I know male poets that are more non-aggressive, but more intellectual. Like poetry doesn't have confines. If you allow people to pigeonhole you into any type of style or any type of form, what you get is a product of how they feel, not how you feel. And that's not what it's here for, it's expression. So what you do, you take your vice and you become expressive.
Now, did you first begin by writing your poetry out, or did you just look in front of the mirror, or did you get a recorder and just started putting it together?
For me, everything was on paper. They could tell you when I first walked in the door, I had a backpack full of papers. And right before you call my name, you see me flipping and shuffling through, just trying to get a feel of what I wanted to do. The whole purpose for me writing was to write books. So we have Abstract Perception, which is also on Amazon and Kindle. We have Antagonistic Pessimism, and now we have Aptitude Problem that'll be released May 17th. So the goal is to be remembered forever. And my purpose of writing was to be remembered forever. They can take away whatever they want, but once I put it to pen, you can never take that from me. And that's why I wrote it down, and that's why we produce books. Because long after I'm gone, those books will be here. And some little kid is gonna be just like I was in the 8th grade, and he's gonna have to be inspired because he doesn't see anything reflective of himself. And he's gonna get an opportunity to go search for something, and maybe Audeo Piouz pops up.
Now, I know that your poetry turns up the heat. What was the reaction when your mama first heard that piece that you spit like that?
So it was two reactions. When I first started writing was like middle school. And when I tried to get super aggressive then, like she's in mama mode. So she's like, I ain't having none of that. Like, you gonna watch your mouth, you are not going there. But like, I'm like, it's good. She's like, you bet not ever in life again. So it kind of discouraged me. But you know, after growing, after watching the culture grow, up late one night and Def Poetry Jam came on. And I was like, wow, I suck. And I need to go back to the drawing board. And that's what I did. You know, it was more like reinventing myself, becoming more modern with the time. And once that happened, I really found my voice, and I've never had to look back and never had to change it.
Is there a price on poetry?
No. The first time, now, you can monetize your art, because I encourage that to every young poet. If you're good, you take your stuff to the next level, because that's how it is. If you don't market you, somebody else will exploit you. I promise you that. That's how it is in every industry. The monetization isn't the real payment. The fulfillment comes from being able to write. And once you get to a point to where money is the only reason why you're performing and the only reason why you're writing, it ain't pure no more.
Thank you very much. Appreciate AP in the Poets Corner.
Right on.
Why you listening and looking for that name? I got a man that is fire too. Las Vegas is representing this evening at the Poets Corner. This man right here is about to light y'all up once again. We got all the flames going over here. Another veteran of the Poets Corner, another alum of the Poets Corner, however you want to put it. But this man is about to put it down for y'all. If y'all put your hands together one time for my man Audeo Piouz in the head.
I'm Audeo Piouz. How y'all doing? Any football fans in the house?
Yeah. Don't be ashamed.
Um,
Used to be.
Right. So in honor for my big brother like I, who used to be a football fan, welcome to the NFL. You have been weighed. You have been measured. You have been sold to the highest bidder. You ain't black and you ain't OJ Buckwheat Tay, but you still nigga. And as long as we got niggas for lease in the Negro Field League, you gonna always be my nigga for life. You feel me? Now welcome to the NFL. And in case you missed the memo, round here, we got niggas for sale. Now nigga, how fast can you run? I mean, run, nigga, run. Let's cut the shucking and jiving. Can you catch and fetch him? And when I say jump, you better say how high. And before you touch down, you place your right hand over your heart, and you bet not take no knee, but bow to your master's offensive stance, to your defensive position of safety and inequality.
Come on now.
And while you're at it, you can fuck those Black Lives Matters. Why? Because you don't need those, pal. Your job ain't the picket line for these wicked times. The objective is keeping them chains moving. You got them field goal now. Now listen up, Jigaboo. White America ain't interested in your sociological assessment. In fact, the only interest that the slave owners have and ever want in a modern day slave trade is a commitment to revenue. And if you want to stay paid slave, you better do what we tell you to do, because you are not an employee. No, nigga. You are the sole physical property of the Negro Field League. And here in the NFL, we have a zero tolerance policy for those free thinkers and that free speech talk. Nigga, you speak when we tell you to speak, not even when you are spoken to, because that, boy, you better stay in your place clause in that contracts betwixt me and you prohibits any actions that the owners disapprove of. You better learn to play through the racism, spook, because now you're playing by our rules. Now a cop can pop a cap in your black ass for practice without backlash and under the full protection of the law. Yeah, that's sad, but it's true. And speaking of cap, when it came to Cap's salary, they obviously ain't have no cap room. Cap space got him castrated, hung out as a demonstration of white hatred. He made the whole league scramble when he got out of pocket for his race. See, that nigga didn't know his place, so ain't no running back to the offensive lines that he crossed. With or without the ball, he became a moving target once he audibled the play call, all because he decided to address the elephant in the room and not the fucking fly on the wall, y'all. Police brutality was the reason why he exercised his freedom of speech and took a knee in the first place. And ironically, a black man taking a knee at a football game can make a cracker extra salty in a worse way. And first things first, if the military or the NFL really cared, they wouldn't spend $500 million a year on halftime entertainment when we got millions of displaced homeless veterans living right here, so fuck a rocket's red glare. Them guns burst at us, not in air. He was the first down with no linebackers or real strong safety concerns. And in order to keep them chains moving, the penalty over that flag got assessed over a dollar bill. Billions upon billions of our nigga pennies and our blood, sweat, and tears, and we couldn't even get a quarterback. Now imagine that. Now tell me again who's losing here. Could y'all rise for the singing of the national anthem? Jose, can you see by the dawn's early light that what so proudly you boldly hold is a symbol of our imposed inferior position in the white supremacist grander scheme of things? So it don't mean a thing to me what song you sing in your little sing-along to seem all patriotic and shit, and like less of a little racist bitch when the fix is in, when the play call is 666. So it's signing day, and when you sign that dotted line, boy, you're signing your life away. And if you want to enjoy them whips and chains that you little monkeys love so very much. You better learn to shut the fuck up and play. Why? Because you have been weighed. You have been measured. You have been sold to the highest bidder. You ain't black and you ain't OJ Buckwheat, okay, but you still nigga. And as long as we got niggas for lease in the Negro Field League, you gonna always be my nigga for life, you feel me? Now welcome to the NFL. And in case you missed the memo, round here, we got niggas for sale. I want you is what this cat raves, but to pay his poor man taxes, he works us like slaves. This cat in the hat, AKA Uncle Sam, I am. He keeps his boot on the back of my fucking neck and really could give a good damn, fam. See, he gave us the ghetto, and for all of our troubles, this cat introduced crack to aid in the struggle. You want who? Look at here, nigga, please. If I told you I was hungry, you would just toss another brick of that government cheese. This cat in the hat, AKA Uncle Sam, I am. He won't provide jobs, and that Constitution's a sham. This cat in the hat, AKA Uncle Sam, I am. Only explanation for starvation is powdered eggs and canned ham. Now to a little third world nation of little pot-bellied, starving ghetto chillins, this don't compensate for the crack this cat gave their mother. See, Sam, you was a cold, heartless motherfucker, leaving them cloaked in darkness and smothered as little nigga play toys for these crooked-ass coppers, so I will not help him in a bind. I will not help him anytime. I will not help him. No, I won't. I'd rather sit back laughing, ha-ha, smoking a joint. I will not help him. That's my word. I was blessed with two hands, so here's two birds, because you can't make me fight your war, because I'll scream, fuck Sam. All the more it took slavery to make you rich. You're not even a real American, you English bitch. You go back home. When will it click? You brought us here so you can keep your powdered eggs and your government cheese, your canned ham, and your ghetto streets back to Africa? I wish I could, away from all this bullshit straight up out the hood. Audeo Piouz, how y'all doing again, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh. I'm tired. I'm winded. That was Audeo Piouz. Y'all give it up one more time. Got to give it up. Got to give it up like Marvin Gaye.
My honest impression would be it's very like warm felt. Like when people come, they feel that they're at home, and they always enjoy themselves.
Well, I must say that being involved with media on radio station KCEP, and also being the owner of the Las Vegas Sentinel Voice, Nevada's only black weekly publication in the state of Nevada, it had an opportunity to do some interviews. And
Feel the love, excuse me, amongst all the participants there, and they always have a good time, enjoy themselves at all times, even when a small group or even a large group.
And that was one of the first times that I would say that I stepped into it, because when I found out that there was a venue that gave an opportunity for people to speak within and on the West Side, that inspired me to come more often and to be a part of it as much as I could, as well as promote it as much as I could.
Like different poets' corners, but it was never like the West Las Vegas Art Center's Poets Corner. And I have been blessed to be able to get to know so many gifted and talented individuals that I would have never been able to get to know otherwise.
Because it's a struggle, and it's a struggle that we must admit to, but at the same time we must not bow down to. So when we find a way to do something different and an opportunity for different media aspects and roads that we can do this, we must achieve it. And that's something I try to do and inspire my sons to get involved. And as you might know or can remember, Isaac Sawyer, he was one of the individuals that was a participant within the program and within the West Las Vegas Arts Center. And it's the mecca of the West Side.